You mentioned Roman Reigns, though. I think he's been doing great work so far as Intercontinental Champion.
He really has. I was kind of worried because I felt
Same.
like his US run wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
But this run has been really good. He's really been he's been working every week. He's been, putting it out there. He truly is become like a fighting champion, and I really appreciate that, especially because I feel like because Brock isn't there every week, you need to have a championship that everyone wants, that's constantly there, that's like well represented, and that, it seems super valuable. Maybe not as valuable as a Universal title, but, very close. And I feel like The Miz has done a great job with the Intercontinental Championship. But I think it was a good idea to put it on Roman while Miz was gone, and he's really done well with it.
Well, speaking of The Miz, he is back on Raw this coming Monday. No word on what is in store for Miz on Raw going forward, going into the Royal Rumble. And with Roman Reigns having beaten Samoa Joe in what was a great match on Raw this week,
yes.
Do you think those two are set to feud over the championship heading, kind of going forward?
I think so. I think I think it's possible that Miz could get it back pretty quickly, maybe even at the Rumble, possibly. I think they will put it back on Miz within the next couple of months. Maybe not until WrestleMania, but I mean, he'll definitely, I think, personally have it back by then. I definitely think this is going to lead into a feud. I don't know how long the feud will last. I don't know if they want to make it a short feud and get the title back on Miz. That way they can focus on, Roman and Brock or whoever else he's going to go up against at WrestleMania. But yeah, I definitely think this will kind of lead into a feud, almost automatically for Miz, kind of get him back into the groove, and then you can kind of move on to the next contender.
And he's another guy that, has done amazing work over the last year, especially with that Intercontinental Championship. And, I was worried when it came to Miz moving to Raw just because he was so perfect on SmackDown for such a long time.
Oh, God, it was great. Him and Daniel did great work on Talking Smack.
Yeah, Talking Smack was a hidden gem of SmackDown for a long time, and before they had to cut it short earlier in the summer of 2017, unfortunately. But yeah, him moving to Raw was still amazing. He did great work over there with Ambrose and later with The Shield and everyone else, Jason Jordan. So I would hope that similar to this past year, now it wasn't a singles match, but he was involved in a pretty big match of Mania this year with John Cena and Nikki Bella and Maurice, which was an amazing angle. I would hope that going into WrestleMania this year, he has a similar spot on the card, this time a one-on-one match. Do you think, and this just kind of came to mind when we were talking about it, and we mentioned earlier the Balor Club, maybe do you think this could lead into a Balor Club Miz Taraj feud? Hopefully with the hope of a Finn Balor Miz feud going into WrestleMania over the Intercontinental Championship.
I could definitely see that happening, especially if they want to take the belt off of Roman sooner rather than later to get him into that feud with Brock. I think that would be perfect. And Finn has already been kind of feuding with the Miz Taraj these last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't even be surprised if, let's say, next week or the week after, they have a three-way with Miz, Roman, and Finn for the Intercontinental Championship, and Miz gets it by cheating or whatever, and then that really creates the feud and leads that into WrestleMania. I think that could be really interesting.